Yeah.
Like I miss Al Kamadi
Yes.
and the
Yes.
time Maddie and I spent, and
Yeah.
that, just the companionship and the as artists and just playing music, wondering where it's gonna go. I mean, isn't that what sports is trying to tell us this whole time? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I think I'm well. I don't know what the new normal is.
Sometimes it's hard to answer that question.
It is.
Yeah.
It's such an open-ended question. It's like, where do I begin?
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm very well in some places, and like other places, like any other human,
Yeah.
I'm working on things, whether they're bad habits or tendencies
Yeah.
or shortcomings that I think I have,
Mhm.
So, but
Yeah.
music, I don't know. I think the hardest part right now, Erin,
Yeah.
is I think I've done, this sounds so arrogant, but I feel like I've done so much of the things I want to do that I'm kind of just like,
What's next?
what's next? Or like, I don't even know what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think maybe that's a little bit of the struggle of like doing creative work all the time.
Yeah.
That when I have free time, I'm like, I don't want to do creative
Yeah.
work. I don't want to create something. I do that
Your
every
job,
freaking day.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but overall I'm doing well, and I'm so happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
It's been a long time since we've sat and had a conversation.
Yeah. My name is Erin Stauffer, and yeah, that's such a good question. Who am I?
Who are you?
I know.
You're a mom.
I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. And let's see, the oldest is almost 10, so a decade of, yeah, that seems crazy. But yeah, let's see. I moved to LeGrand when I was 5. Lived here pretty much, I mean, a brief stint in Wallowa County, right? Let's say,
Okay.
I think 3 years
Okay.
there. And went to college with you. Got my degree in music, piano performance, and kind of took a break from that after college. I was pretty what's the word I'm looking for?
Were you burnout?
I was burnout. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was burnout. I've had health issues since I was a teenager, and with the stress of college, I think I was working 3 to 4 jobs the entire time. That had a toll, and my hands struggled a lot towards the end. And when you're getting a degree in piano performance, it's kind of hard to deal with.
And you're playing so much, and you're playing
Yeah.
complicated pieces, and
Yeah.
so now you're having health issues in your hands that,
Yeah.
but you've got all these practicums and
Yeah.
and that you got to perform for.
Yep. Yeah. And originally I was going to do a whole hour-long senior recital. And then at the end, it was too much. Had to switch and do more practicum in a half-hour recital. So, after that, I got married. You introduced me to Chris in college.
I remember.
We got married after college, which was great. Moved to Wallowa County for a few years. Got a different job. I still taught private lessons, so I continued to teach the entire time. Little bits here and there, little breaks here and there, having kids and all that. And then, yeah, so last decade of having kids, moving back here. And then, let's see, 2 years ago. So I think a combination of things brought me into composing more. And I can get into some of that.
Yeah, well, that's the main reason. That's the main reason I brought you on today, is I want to talk about the album you have coming out.
Yeah.
The work you've been putting into it.
Yeah.
As an artist in LeGrand, but a mom and a wife, and like, so I that's kind of the big thing I do want to get into.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you came back to LeGrand. You've got the family going here.
Yeah.
You have relatives that live here? Yes.
Yeah, most of my family is around here. Support having kids. I wanted to be closer to that, and yeah, so it was nice to move home and had some adventures along the way. We sold our house January of 2020, which was tough because we didn't know what was coming. No one did. And we had decided we were going to buy a school bus and make a tiny home out of it, which we did. But yeah, that was quite an adventure.
I would imagine.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you build the tiny home bus before you sold the house?
Nope.
Oh no.
We sold our house, moved to an apartment, built the tiny house mostly in 4 months. Moved into it. We did buy some property, moved into the tiny house before it was complete. And so it was an adventure for that summer, fall, and then came into some difficulties and had to shift focus. So, things happen like COVID that, yeah, you don't expect. And yeah, I also needed hip surgery at that time. I was like walking up and down those school bus steps weren't
conducive at all.
No, and I couldn't imagine recovering from that in the bus, and also going into a winter with, at that time we had 2 kids. So
too small.
Yeah, so then we had to shift again. Had surgery, moved into another apartment, then moved into another apartment, and then this whole time we're moving my upright piano, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it wasn't on the bus. We had it in a storage shed. But yeah. Chris is a champion of
Well, how many favors
that.
has he burnt now for moving that piano around?
I know, and we have more pianos to move. I'm like, thank you, honey, for moving pianos for me. And he always jokes like, why couldn't you pick the piccolo or something? But yeah.
So talk to me about the importance. So you and I did a little recording. So
Yes.
I can't remember. Gosh, was it over a year ago now? It's been about a year. So
It was about a year ago, and I was just kind of starting to get. I had like 1 or 2 close to being finished. Yes, and that was kind of the start of the process.
You like messaged me on Instagram or Facebook or something, and then I think I called you and I said you were kind of asking about like, hey, how should I go about recording this and that, and so I suggested, just so you guys know the backstory, I said, Erin, why don't you come out to the shred shed? We're gonna just record, and we just basically captured the MIDI performance, and then it was free. You didn't waste a bunch of money, and your pieces weren't quite done yet. But I think it was a really nice stepping stone.
It was
to help kickstart what you've done. I learned a lot from it, and one of the things, I'm geeking out a little bit here, and I promise I'll let Erin jump back in.
No worries.
One of the biggest things I learned was the virtual instruments that I have for pianos. When they were soloed and there was just a single instrument, the quality wasn't as high as it seems when it's buried in a mix somewhere. So when I started compressing it a little bit and pushing and stretching, I was like, oh, there's these really weird things, artifacts that are happening that you would never hear in like a full mix of a full band. But when it's a single piano, it's like, I don't think I like that. And so then I know you've done, I don't actually even know what all you've done since then. Yeah, I would love, I want to hear about that. So since we've recorded in the shred shed, what happened after that? So, and maybe, can you start before the shred shed?
I'll go back to the summer before, actually.
Because that's where the idea came of like, it's time to do an album.
It wasn't really an idea yet. So yeah, almost 2 years ago, I still had my upright piano. And we're back in a house at this point after all those, crazy adventures. Yeah. And then, so I did a little bit. And, before the past couple of years, composing on the piano was actually much harder for me. I did a little bit more on like my ukulele and guitar and vocals and lyrics than the piano at all. So that's why this is kind of funny and great how this happened. And then that fall, so about a year and a half ago, I was just surfing Facebook Marketplace, as you do, and I saw a free grand piano. And I thought, oh, interesting. I'll just ask the history about it, you know? So I did, and then I'm like, "Oh, well, if there's one, there's gotta be more," you know? Like, I'm always loving a good deal. So I'm looking, and I found a couple, but they were so clearly a scam because there were, like,
Oh
multiple
my
postings of it, yeah.
goodness.
But this first one, I heard back from the gentleman who owned the piano, and he gave me a little bit of the story, the background, and so we decided, "Yeah, let's go check it out." And at this point, I really wanted to not jump into things because that's kind of I like to just jump into things, but I'm like, "Let's go look at it, and then we can talk about it and see what we wanna do." And this is up in, kinda south of Coeur d'Alene,
Okay, so you had to travel quite
so
a
we
ways.
had to travel, and we didn't take the trailer or anything. We're like, "We're just going to look at it this trip." And we went and camped, and it was great. Beautiful area. And yeah, the piano was gorgeous. It was fun to play. The key tops did need to be replaced, but the history of it was great. It had been kept by a music professor in California
Mm.
most of its life, and this piano is 103 years old,
Oh my goodness.
so really old, but gorgeous wood, and the legs are so ornate and beautiful, so thought, "Yes," and then this gentleman said, "Yeah, there's, like, 8 or 10 people behind you wanting it," so
Oh, he was like, "You gotta like,
if
it's
you
this is
yeah,
now or never?"
yeah. Well, he told us after we had said yes, so
Oh,
that was
good.
nice, there was not really any pressure, but, so then we camped and went home and organized everything, and about a month later, went and got it. Now, um that I feel like was one of the shifts that happened. So there was that, and then I'll talk about another thing as well. But that piano, so I've always had an upright and it's been great. And then you sit at the grand piano, and I do think there's something unique about this piano, and
Mm.
I think it just has like a spirit or a soul, and like it's got something special. It needed to be tuned, of course, but after that, sitting down, yeah, it just started to happen. Like, the composing was happening, and this is a really important point, like, it's really hard for me to say, like, I composed these songs because it feels like it's not coming from me, Like, almost the conduit idea.
You feel like it's coming from the piano?
Not the piano necessarily, I think it's really an interesting conversation to have. Where do creative ideas come from?
Mm.
So,
Where do you think creative ideas come from?
well, for me personally, hmm, I think, I mean, we could literally say they come from God, or,
Mhm.
I think that there's a lot of mystery there. And it's because of my history of not really doing that very much. And then all of a sudden, it's happening. It's like, what's going on here? Anyway, so it's kind of fun to explore that
Absolutely.
question.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
because it is me, but it isn't.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, and then but you were inspired and touched, by the instrument
Yeah.
itself. And so for our viewers, as creatives, especially musicians, I cannot stress enough for myself personally, like if I buy a new like synthesizer plugin, those sounds trigger certain things
Yeah.
and you get ideas based from those
Yes.
sounds. So music is very much this relationship, right?
With the instrument.
With the instrument
Yeah.
and the sounds, and then that inspires other sounds.
Yeah.
And that's me talking about the digital. You're talking about the actual physical instrument
Yeah.
that was handcrafted by somebody.
Yeah.
It's actual wood
Yeah.
that resonates, the strings are resonating, it's
Yeah.
resonated on the floor in your home, in the room, like, it is the most real version of reality you could get.
Yeah. And I really felt um a difference in the action. Like, and then learning about the difference in the upright action and the grand piano actions, and it was more responsive. Yeah. So there was kind of this like yeah, receiving maybe from the piano
Mhm.
because of the sounds and everything. Yeah, it has a really like I don't know, Road to Perdition sound. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Anyway, the soundtrack. I don't know, that just like moody. romantic vibe. Yeah.
It's kind of like a darker, woodier tone. It's not super bright.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, yeah, it started to just happen. And then over that winter, getting ideas down. And then, yeah, that spring is when I reached out to you because I was like, well, Casey knows, he's done recording. You've helped me in the past with a couple things. And so, yeah, thought I would reach out to you. And I was nervous. I was like, this is
What
a
made
big
you
step.
nervous? What made you nervous about
I
that
don't
whole thing?
know. I think, well, stepping into something new and different. And I think when you're a stay-at-home mom for a long time, you lose some social skills. Yep.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. I actually talking with Vicky
Yeah.
like the last couple of days. She's kind of been like a little forgetful of a couple things, and I'm like, and I know you're doing crossword puzzles. I think you might need to go talk to adult humans again.
It changes. I don't know. There's something that happens, um, maybe in the process of having kids too. But, they say mom brain or whatever.
Yeah,
But
it's real.
I think it's real. And then, oops, sorry.
Nope, that's okay. It's there to bump.
Okay.
We're here for you.
Okay. But then, yeah, uh, the time where you're just at home with your kids. I mean, you do things,
hmm
but it's different.
hmm
Yeah. So, yeah, just nervous. I think over the past couple of years, anxiety has been going up for me too. So I wanted to reach out to you
Yeah.
about, just dipping my toe into what would it look like to record? How would we do that? And it was a great experience for me because it showed me, okay, the MIDI side of things. And after that, so yeah, uh, I didn't know about your TikTok actually until later on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the Shred Shed is so cool. It was
Thank you.
really fun to go and
It's a vibe.
check it out. Oh yeah, it's got a vibe for
It's got
sure.
a vibe. It's a fun vibe.
Yeah.
It's a man cave vibe, but it's fun.
Yeah, and I had been intending for the next couple months to come back and do more, but then I chatted with Luke Basil, who
Yes.
we went to college with.
Yes, Luke.
Yeah.
hmm
Who's an amazing musician as well. And I went to one of his gigs and he came over to our table and was like, yeah, because off and on over the years, I've kind of been like, oh yeah, you run this music recording studio in Tri-Cities or, he's like, yeah, come up anytime. So we were chatting about it at this gig and he was like, well, why don't I just come to your house? And I was like, oh, okay. Because the piano has, the sound that I like, that I love. And so, yeah, that's what ended up happening for the first album. And he's coming back next week to record.
Oh, he is. You're recording more
Yes.
next week with Luke.
Next week. Yep.
So you have to plug. Do you know the name of the recording studio up there? Tri-Cities?
Rainmaker Studios, I believe, is what it's called.
Okay, so we're gonna do an official plug for Luke Basil at Rainmaker Studios in Tri-Cities. So
Yeah.
look right into that camera.
Okay.
And
All right.
just plug them. Just tell
Yeah.
them like if they were like, hey, can you give us like just a not an endorsement, like a testimonial, like a
Right.
customer testimonial. Like look
Okay.
right there.
Okay. So yeah, Rainmaker Studios in Tri-Cities with Luke Basil, incredible musician, and he's just so good at mixing and mastering as well. It's really nice to just focus on your craft, your composition, do your skills, and then he can take it away. So
And so would you recommend Rainmaker Studios to anybody?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. And so he came in October of last year.
Oh, fun.
And then we, I think, yeah.
So how many pieces did you record with Luke at the house last year?
Okay, so last year I did 7 for my first album and then 2 singles.
And what's the name of your first album?
It's called Drifting.
And where can people find it?
It's everywhere. My artist name is Lumirel. So Lumirel.
Lumirel.
Mm-hmm.
And your Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, everywhere.
Yeah, there's like 25 places I never even knew existed.
I love that. I love that.
So it's been a journey also learning that side of things.
Of course.
Like
being your own label.
the whole music marketing thing, being an independent artist. all of that. Yeah.
How are you doing with promotion
Right.
and, like,
Yeah.
telling people about it? Like, how is that journey too? Because like,
Yeah.
today, you have to wear all the hats,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Um, it can be hard because, I just wanna sit down and compose music. I don't necessarily want to spend a lot of time making videos or doing the promotion. Some of it I enjoy and I don't mind doing. It can be overwhelming. Also, I still feel young in my brain, but technology has changed a lot, and so that learning curve, um, accepting that, yeah, I'm 33 and things have changed a lot. Um, so yeah, it's mixed. So yeah, I think I could be doing a little bit better with it. I have a music marketing coach,
Mm,
um, and she's amazing. Shout out to Erica if you see this. Um, she's out of Portland and has really helped me learn the distributing side of things, how to distribute your music, how to pitch to playlists because that's a big thing. Yeah, it's like a whole other world
mhm.
that you have no idea about. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love that. Good for you.
and
That's
I'm
awesome.
learning everything. It's like I'm learning, and my first album was, a smaller launch. We'll do a little bit bigger launch with this next one, and, you know, learning every day. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the name of that album again?
Drifting. So
Drifting
it's
by Lumiere?
Lumirel.
I'm sorry, Lumirel.
That's
Drifting
the
by Lumirel.
yeah.
Miss Erin,
Yeah.
she's everywhere. You can find it. Search it right now.
Thanks. Yeah. So that one is based on water.
Oh, fun.
So I decided to I'm a Pisces, so it kinda made sense to do the first album as water, and it just was fitting with all the songs as well. And then this next one is Earth. So it's a lot more dense and rich and yeah, pretty fun. So the next one, I have ten songs for that one.
And Luke's coming next week.
Yes.
Are you prepared? You're all
Oh, yeah.
first up. You're ready to go?
Yeah, I feel a little bit more prepared even this time. Part of that process is I've been transcribing them onto sheet music, which is a lot of work, but it helps me process it. It helps me analyze it, and then, helps me remember in the moment what to play.
Absolutely.
Because it's a lot of music to keep in your brain. And sometimes I'm like, wait, how does this end? How did I do this? So keeping all of that straight. Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to talk before we go into the health issues,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I think this will segue very well.
Mhm.
That creative process
Mhm.
where you said, I feel like I'm kind of just maybe a little bit of a conduit. The
Yeah.
piano's a piece of it, but
Yeah.
also where you're at in your health journey right
Yeah.
now. Can you just go into your creative process and
Yeah.
like how that's happening for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's fun to have this conversation with other creators as well because we might have similar processes or we might differ a little bit. Yeah, for me, I think playing the piano, whether it's playing other people's compositions or my own, has always been kind of a meditative state for me. I think I've used it as a coping strategy for anxiety, all of that kind of stuff. So, I'll sit down and just play through some things. And so when a new idea comes, I'll just be messing around and it'll come. I'll explore it a little bit. When I feel like I have something, I'll just take my phone and do the voice memos and get it down so it's at least somewhere. And then if I don't have time, because usually there might be like loud children in the background and things happening in bedtime, um, then it's somewhere and I can come back to it. And so, that's usually what I do. I come back to it, explore it, and then I like to take time, and this is usually when I get babysitting or Chris takes the kids so that I can focus. Like, okay, how would this start? Then I'm thinking a little bit more analytically about what the form would be. What am I missing? And then
Maybe applying music theory and some of that stuff a little bit
a
heavier
little
at that
bit,
point.
yes. And I laugh because sometimes I'm not thinking about theory at all.
Sure.
Um, but yes, sometimes I'm like, "Wait, okay, what key am I in? How do I want this chord progression to go?" Or if I'm stuck, then I think about the theory. I'm
Mhm,
like, "Okay, well, where would I go, if I were to analyze it?"
mhm,
So that's a helpful component right there. Um, or, I've got 2 sections, but it really needs something different,
mm,
you know? And so then sometimes it doesn't get finished, right away. I have
mhm,
to come back to it. Yep. So there's a little bit of a aspect of patience maybe,
mhm.
waiting for the song to, um, present itself or finish itself. Some of them have taken longer, and then some of them just it's like a download. It's amazing
And it's
how
just
quickly
there.
it's just right there. A couple of them have been like that, which have
Mm,
been really fun. Yeah, and then from there, I do kind of have this shorthand. I literally just write words of describing how it goes, like, start on A flat and then go here, do this theme, and I'll do, like, little dots to show the way the notes would be. This is just on regular paper. And then so that's just, like, my shorthand. I'll record, like, the full version just on my phone, so I have it. Um, and then I did buy a keyboard to, use with the sheet music software. There we go,
mhm.
which makes it easier because that's a MIDI connection, and it just goes in and does the sheet music. Now it does need to be edited quite a bit, and I
Yeah,
have
but
to go through it
it does do a lot of the heavy lifting of
a
at
l
least getting the notes on the page, and I'm
exactly.
sure you're having to break a 10,000 ties and move
Yeah.
left and right and all that stuff, but at least it's getting the ink on the page.
Yeah, and that really helps. So then and I've gotten better, learning after the first several songs, I was doing it faster and
Mhm.
all of that. So, yeah, that's kind of my process. And then now I'm trying to finalize the sheet music to eventually be able to sell
Very
my
cool.
my own sheet music. So,
So, what I'm gleaning from your creative
mhm.
process is first and foremost, when you have an idea, you have to be set up to capture that idea in a way
Yeah.
that works for you so you can recall the idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I don't capture it somehow, I might not remember. Or I might remember, "Oh, it went like this, but what key was it in? Where did I start?" Or yeah, my memory, I can't remember, like, all these millions of ideas, yeah.
Well, and I don't think any creative does.
Yeah.
I think what you're talking about here is it's definitely something, and with the advent of the cell phone,
Mhm.
of how easy it is to whip this out, record something really quick.
Yeah.
I do that like with actually I find myself going to ChatGPT
Mm.
for like words of I'm chewing on something and I start
Yeah.
like processing and it bounces stuff back to me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I've got this really cool, I look back and 20 minutes have gone by and I'm like, wow, now I can start polishing and changing and like I might have a piece of poetry. I
Mhm.
might have kind of just a cool pontification that's just this like kind of like a letter.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing, and I agree with you, is like when you're having these ideas
Yeah.
as a creative, you've got to somehow get them down so
Yeah.
you can revisit them
Yeah.
because life just doesn't stop.
No. Yeah.
As creatives, like you have these fleeting creative moments
Mhm.
and life isn't going to slow down. You've got to capture it. So when you get a moment, you can come back to it.
Yeah. And it does kind of feel like, man, if I don't explore this, it's kind of like a not really a necessity, but it does, it's in your brain. It's like, yeah, I gotta work on that or, I really wanna finish that or, I thought after finishing all the songs for this next album that I would be like, "Okay, take a break." Mm-mm.
You're actually just fired up to keep going.
Yeah, because I'm
The flow's there. You're in a flow state.
yeah, exactly. And I thought, "Well, alright, I'll just keep going, I guess." And I'm sure it won't always be this way, but you kinda have to explore it while it's there. Yeah.
I agree 10,000%.
Yeah.
When you're in some sort of flow and you're feeling creative,
Yeah.
you better do it now
Yeah.
because it's hills and valleys.
Yeah, and I knew, the whole question of, well, why record? Why get your music out there? Why treat this more as a business? I just knew that I would probably regret it if I didn't, and, why not, I guess? And I think I'm at the point in my life where, um, I'm ready to not need to be right with everything I do. And so I can just explore and have fun and learn along the way.
So what do you mean by that
Yeah.
statement? What do you mean by, like, "I'm at that point where I don't have to be right at everything I do"? Like,
Yeah,
what do
like,
you mean by that statement?
well, okay, I'm a recovering people pleaser, right? So I'm everything this is how I used to be and still am recovering from
Sure.
is needing to act right or say right how I perceive right is in order for another person to accept me. So that could be why it was hard to call you, right?
Sure.
And so now I just feel like I'm tired of that. I don't wanna be in that state where, I'm constantly worried about how others view me, because I'm not in control of how other people perceive me. So
It's also kinda none of your business,
yeah,
right?
exactly, and people will either like my music or not, and it's none of my business what happens there. I can only, you know, do what is in front of me to do.
So I love what you're saying here, and it's one of the biggest, kinda aha moments for me and anybody I'm running across that we get into this conversation. I'm wanting
Yeah.
I love having this
Yeah.
conversation. That aha moment that you discovered
Mm.
is this aha moment for me of when you realize that you yourself, where you live, the food you like, the music you like, if you play an instrument, the music you make, whether you're an artist, where you've traveled, your life's experience, how you see the world, how you interact with other people,
Yeah.
everything that makes up you is is unique. It's
Mhm.
the only one.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the
Yeah.
only one, and when you can realize and you actually finally grab a hold of that of, like, I'm the only one on the planet Earth in
Yeah.
existence of me that has this, that's valuable.
Well, yeah, and, then you can let comparing yourself to others go as well. Like, that's another hard thing to get through is, well, other people are writing music, or what if my stuff is, like, too similar or whatever. It's like, I have to let all of that go. Like, so
Yeah.
that's been a huge process.
I think every single creative goes through that,
Mhm.
and yet, as fellow creatives, we sit there and we look at everybody else's work and go, "That's amazing."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and being able to celebrate other people's work, that yeah, and just enjoy it and know that you don't have to compete or compare, you can just enjoy it. Yeah.
Talk to me about staying in a state of play
Mm.
and wonder.
Mm.
I feel like so often when we set
Yeah.
out to create a painting or create an album or I want to write a song,
Yeah,
we get very focused on, I just need to get this thing done.
it's true.
And then you don't enjoy the process or
Mhm.
because you're trying to get something out as
Mhm.
opposed to playing, exploring, wondering where it can go.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's a balance there because the time frames and the goals help me as well. So like knowing that Luke's going to come and record my stuff, I've had to kind of be regimented in a little way to make sure my album's ready. But yeah, at the same time, it can fall into that of where you are um how I like to describe it is sometimes I feel too close to it. It's like, I'm in this too far. Like some songs, I'm like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know if it's good. I can't, I can't be objective. I can't really evaluate it anymore. Too close. So then I have to take a little break. Um, the other key piece is sharing it with others and getting feedback. Like I've noticed trying to work on my own with it, I get somewhere, but then I really need that feedback. So for me, it's Chris usually. Like, come listen to this. And, he has done music a little bit, but, he didn't go to college for music. So he's like, I don't know, like all of the, specific things, but I don't think you have to. I think any listener can give you valuable feedback. Um, and so he will give me feedback, let me know.
Like,
And
what does that feedback
yeah,
kinda look like? Like, what are
yeah.
like, what's that? Is he like, It seems too repetitive, or, like,
Right.
what are some of the common words he's
Sure.
using to describe what he's feeling from it?
Yeah, and not even just feedback. Sometimes he will give me inspiration
Oh.
and, like, actually say, "I'd like it to go here." Not technically, not with the key or anything like that, but, "Could you make it sound something like this?" I'll give you an example. I have a song called "Rooting" for the next album, and I was kinda struggling with it. I knew how I wanted it to start, and then I knew I just needed something else. And I was, like, talking to Chris about it at the piano, and he tells me, "Well, there's this word called bifurcation." And I'm like, "Okay." And you should look it up because I'm not gonna be able to give you the total definition, but it has something to do with how the roots grow, like 2 on each side or something. And all of a sudden, I knew exactly where to go with the song. So, I think there's a unique, um something unique is happening when you are in the process with someone else as well, not just yourself. So, um, that is just a little example, but a lot of my songs, I'm like, "Okay, listen to this." And yes, sometimes I'm asking, "Is it too repetitive?" Um, and then he'll give me feedback. Usually it's not. Yeah, no, no, it's not too repetitive. And then what are some other ones? Yeah, he'll literally he says it's fun because I get to, like, I can request basically how I want this music to sound. It's pretty fun how it happens, so
Absolutely. Well, now
yeah.
he's become a piece of it and a part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Huge part of it, and others too, but I think him specifically, um, yeah.
You touched on an extreme pain point for me right there.
Mhm.
And in one of my in another podcast I had done, and it's actually one of my commercials that I run. I run my own commercials when I go to break on my lives
Okay.
on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole premise was it's talking about um long story short, I created this I was writing this song, and I don't really love my voice.
Mm,
It's something I'm working on, still
yeah.
working over. And so I found this AI that you can sing and perform the parts, the harmonies, the lead line, you can change the voice, and
Yeah.
boom, and I got this really cool, polished, and I think the song is actually really well.
Mhm.
I think it sounds fantastic, but at the end of it, it was the loneliest experience ever. The only thing was missing was a friend.
Yeah.
And so that what you just told me that
Yeah.
that, I think it's important when you're getting feedback and interacting with another person.
Yeah.
I am really trying to walk that out and live that out because
That
I've lived through that pain point
Mm.
of the shred shed for a long time has been me out there doing my thing.
Yeah.
And I really miss having a friend out there.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's why the TikTok live is so invigorating right now
Yeah.
is because it's digital and it's long distance, but there's a somewhat of an interaction, and
Yeah.
then, like, Robert will come out and he do stuff with me here and there, but,
Yeah.
like, I miss Al Kamadi
Yes.
and the
Yes.
time Maddie and I spent and
Yeah.
that, just the companionship and the, as artists and just playing music, wondering where it's gonna go, but
Yeah.
yeah, I am so tired of being alone.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah. Well, people wanna do things together. So, I think if you put that out there, people will respond and wanna do things with you for sure. I would.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to, slow the heck down
I know.
and budget some
You're
time for it.
very busy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing to talk about because it's such a key component. I don't think I would be able to stick to the time frame, and
Mhm,
be ready without that component. Yeah.
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 No, I love that you're getting feedback from people. I love what you said, so crucial.
Yeah.
We need other people,
Yeah.
and we've been just force-fed this digital world, and there's, like, you
Mhm.
don't need people and the individual though I
Yeah.
think the individual empire and personal brand is valuable, but, like,
Mhm.
we need people.
I think there's a unique, something happens when you're not alone. Yeah. And you can bounce ideas off each other. And I think you can go somewhere, um, I wouldn't say better, but different
Mhm,
than going somewhere on your own. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, that's cool.
One of my favorite things, when you were talking about your creative process and, bouncing ideas off of, other people, one of my favorite things in play and wonder is I think that's why I love synthesizers so
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
or different things is, um, I get very I hate to sound like this, but I get very bored with
Mm.
traditional sounding instruments. That's just where I'm at in my life. I really like electronic sounding music to a
Yeah.
point. I like some of that other stuff. It just resonates with me right now. I have been trying to write some stuff with like regular sounding drums
Yeah.
and like a bass
Yeah.
guitar and it's fun, it's
Yeah.
interesting,
Yeah.
but I'm always getting pulled back to this other thing, and so like I was kind of fighting that for a while
Yeah.
and forcing myself,
Mm.
and I was like, like, I'm not having fun. I wanna
Yeah.
come have some fun and come back.
Yeah.
The other thing that I wanna talk about along those same lines, you were talking about the pressure of what I think is right and what I perceive people want to hear, or are they gonna even care about this music, and you finally going, "No, this is what it is,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna put this out there."
Yeah.
Again, another, like, revelatory thing for me
Mhm.
was I write a lot of instrumental
Mhm.
electronic music, and they're like 2 minutes long.
Uh-huh. Okay.
They're very short, but when I go back and I listen to all of those,
Yeah.
I remember where I remember emotionally, I remember what was happening in my life,
Wow. Yeah.
and so I was very convicted that those are musical photographs.
Mm. Wow.
And so right
Yeah.
now and on this continuation, I'm not gonna stop, and
Yeah.
some of them never get finished, some of them get kind of as finished, it's like, I don't know what else to add to it. It's
Yeah.
only 2 minutes long,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna call it, photographs.
Yeah.
If they're just
I
musical
love that.
photographs.
Yeah.
And
That's really cool.
but they're so important for me to just get those out there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I've been vulnerable, and I've been sharing some of those on my lives,
Okay.
and people are like, "Bro, why are you" I go, "I
Yeah.
never showed the world." They're like, "Why?
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
Put these out there." It's like,
Just do
"Oh."
it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you look at me as a guy who kinda has it together and figured out.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Okay.
I'm going through the same creative struggle bus that you are.
Okay.
You are not alone in this journey.
Okay. Well, that's great to hear. Yeah, I love that idea of musical photographs because sound is so tied into memory, right? And a sound can bring us right back. And yeah, also from the maybe music marketing side of things, I'm not a professional at all, but I think 2 minutes is just fine
Mm,
because actually you don't want it. Well, this is one opinion. You don't technically really want it to go past 3 or 4 really because, you want to capture the attention, and if people wanna hear it again, they'll just repeat it, you know? And some of my favorite songs, that I have saved and love from others are shorter pieces. So, I just do it and yeah. Yeah, if a song feels like it's done at that time frame. I just released a single that was under 3 minutes. It was like 2 something. So, yeah. Yeah.
do you ever find yourself? Because I do this all the time, for me, when I kinda know a piece is finished,
Mhm.
I will just play it back on repeat, and I can't stop listening to it.
Yeah.
And I'm not inspired to, like, add this thing, like, when I'm, like and I listen to it and I go, "Yeah, I like it," like, that's kinda how I'm like, "Okay, I need to, like, master it now
Yeah.
and be done with it," is when I can't stop, like, listening to
Mhm.
it.
Oh, that's fun. I don't know if I repeat it a lot. I do play through it a few times, and
Mhm.
then I'll play it for Chris, and I'll be like, "Okay." And then usually I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone." And sometimes coming back to it, I might change a couple things here and
Sure.
there. But, yeah, that's cool that you do that, yeah.
It's really fun for me to listen to some of that stuff that I wrote 2 or 3 years some of it's, like, 3 years ago even,
Yeah, yeah,
and, to listen to that, remember the emotion I was feeling, remember, like, where I was in life, like, with my kids, with my wife,
yeah.
with the dad,
Mhm.
and to listen to it and go, Man, I really like how I did that.
Yeah.
I feel conceited saying that, but
No,
when
I
I
know.
listen back to the, because and I think I've spent so much time not liking the music I've made. I've spent
Mm.
so much time of my life playing what I call bad music because
Yeah.
I didn't like it, and I'm trying to like, and now I'm at a level where my playing,
Mhm.
I'm happy with my skill level.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the instrumentation and the shred shed, the recording studio, like
Yeah.
it sounds good,
Yeah.
and I'm proud of what I'm putting out, and I can go back and listen to it and go, I love it.
Yeah.
I like that.
And that should be why you're doing it, right? Yes, you love it. And I gotta say back to the electronic music stuff. I love electronic music.
I didn't
I listen to so much. Yeah.
Interesting.
I listen to in fact, this is one of my ideas to make a video about is how many different genres we listen to. I mean, soundtracks, musicals, um, yeah, electronic, melodic house is a new genre that
Mm.
I've been like, "Yeah, I love this." So, yeah, in fact, it's kind of a dream of mine to get into doing some electronic
That'd be
music.
interesting to collab, like, a
Mhm.
piano, like you said, mo I so
Yeah,
I love house music. I
yeah.
don't think I'm a good producer of house music. Every
Mm-mm.
time I try to really make that, like, chill house music,
Yeah.
it turns way more into, like, a bit more, like, poppy
Oh,
EDM,
sure. Well, I love that too, so,
you
yeah.
know? It's
Yeah.
always funny to, like, "Oh, I'm gonna write this style," and you start getting in there, and, like,
Yeah.
my tendencies for the sounds that I like, it's
Shift.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's also something that happens is you might have an intention for a song, but it might take you somewhere else than you didn't expect.
And see, we
Yeah.
need to give ourselves permission
Yeah.
to, because that's play
Yeah.
and wonder.
Yeah.
And that is the dragon I am chasing
Mhm.
so hard right now. I am trying to get back to a place of playing and wondering where it's gonna go.
Yeah. And you're just enjoying it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Do what you wanna do. Yeah.
I would yeah, we're gonna have to collab on something it's like a
That'd be
piano with just knowing, like, kinda your classical background, but
mhm.
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I've been exploring, well, what genre really am I writing? And I think it's kinda in between neoclassical and classical. Like, I think there's components of each. Some songs are a little bit more classical, inspired. I don't know, I'm not classifying them under classical, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of inspiration and influence there, of course. And then there's other ones that maybe have a little bit more repetition.
Mm.
Maybe they don't go to so many different chord changes, but I mean, I love, Ludovico Einaudí's music. He's one of our all-time favorites. We've seen him 3 times live.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, and some people, think that some of his stuff is too repetitive, so it's interesting to think about, when from a composer's perspective, is this too repetitive or, where's the line with that?
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah, open question really 'cause
mhm.
it's subjective.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think it comes back to you as the creator going,
mhm,
"No, I like this."
yeah, and back to what you said, loving some of those sounds. Yeah, there's one song from this new album that I'm like, "Wow, this is really good." And I love it, you
And you're
know?
proud of it.
Yeah, yeah, really, and I'm like, "I don't even know how this happened, really." And it's so cool. Yeah,
So cool.
yeah,
I love that. Oh my gosh, Erin, I love that so much for you.
thanks, yeah,
W Okay,
yeah,
so you bought the piano,
mhm,
you started writing,
yeah,
but at the same time,
things
health
were happening, yeah,
think other things were happening,
yeah,
health issues.
yeah,
And so do you feel like your health journey right now is directly tied to
yeah,
your musical journey?
yeah, and I can tell you why I think that as well. Um, let's see, 3 close to 4 years ago, um, when our youngest was born, found out that, you do those newborn screenings and you never expect something to come back. And something came back and found out that it could only have been from me, a genetic disorder. So that was kind of a big deal. And working with OHSU, like genetic doctors, it was unexpected. Um, and we're fine. It's something that actually has a treatment, which is great. But that, I've had health issues most of my life, but having something bigger like that, having a bigger diagnosis takes processing because it can be overwhelming. It's difficult to understand. It's fascinating to research because genetics are really interesting, but it's heavy. And at first, it was like, well, it's a late onset thing. So, and it might never affect you. So I just kind of put it in the back of my mind
Mhm.
for that first year. Um, and then the next year found out that I had another genetic thing. And neither of these things I was like actively trying to find, right? They just kind of happened. And that one is so the first one is Fabry disease, and which basically no doctor here I talked to knew what it was, except the eye doctors, they know
Hmm.
about it. Um, and the other one was Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, the hypermobile kind. And so suddenly I'm like, okay, two things going on, you know? And so the other one I'd put in the back of my mind so that I could handle the new one because I had an ankle sprain that wasn't healing. And it really helped explain why my hand struggled all those years ago and why I get injured easier. My connective tissue just doesn't work like normal. So then I was dealing with that, coming to a place where, okay, now I understand that. Then had another appointment with OHSU to follow up. And they're like, okay, you ready to start treatment? And I was like, I'm sorry. I was pretty surprised by that, thinking, oh, this might never affect me. So then I had to dive back into that one and process it. So all of this is happening. Um, when my throat started hurting was about a year and a half ago, kind of around when we got the piano. So my throat issues basically been a year and a half of kind of a chronic sore throat.
Mhm.
Not every day, and it's not bad every day, but uh went through so many, like every test you can think of, and came to, okay, I think the genetic disease is actually what's causing this. So now I'm on treatment and it's getting a little bit better, but that's been really hard because you need to use your voice a lot and singing. I love to sing,
Mm.
but that would make it a lot worse. So through all of that, health anxiety, had a few procedures that were pretty traumatic that have really affected me. And I think the creative process has really helped me to process all of that. So that's kind of the story and how it all fits together. And yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy journey.
So you're using it as very much an expressive outlet.
Yeah. In fact, I'll mention this other podcast. It's from the telepathy tapes, and it's about creative ideas. And in that podcast, it talks about how creative ideas can basically um, not rule out, but help anxiety and kind of vice versa. So, and you should listen to it because it's pretty fun and it goes into that in detail. But they've studied it and how the creative process really can help cope with all of that anxiety and trauma and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How's Chris holding up with all this?
He's great. I mean, I think it's affected him a little bit more, um, worrying about me and having some anxiety for me in different situations. But I mean, he's my rock. So
I have to ask, do you
Mhm.
feel like you're also up against the clock and that's why you're pushing
Mm.
for this too right now?
Oh, not
Not really?
well. Okay, we never know how long we're gonna live.
Mhm.
So, yes, in a way, I'm like, I don't really wanna wait, till my kids are out of the house. I've gotta do this now because who knows anything, right? So that's always there, but it's very hopeful. It's not really a fatal condition, especially for women. I could get into the genetics of it, but, yeah, it's one interesting statistic is that 95% of rare genetic diseases do not have treatments. So the fact that I actually have more than one treatment option
Mm.
is pretty amazing. Um, and so, yeah, I'll be fine. But we never know what life has for us. Yeah.
What would you say
Mhm.
to anybody that's watching this
Mhm.
and they're struggling the same way you are as an artist? So whether they're a musician or a
Mhm.
painter or
Yeah.
they or they craft or whatever it is
Yeah.
that and that they're putting it off. What would you say to somebody watching this
Mm,
to encourage them to be a cheerleader for them
yeah.
to start or to not put it off? What would you say to them?
Right. Well, one thing I had to come up against in myself was the comparisons or thinking I wasn't good enough or um, my music is this, but is that good enough? Whatever it is. Um, I had to, I think I came to a place where um, accepting my limitations with my physical body and knowing, there's some piano concertos I would love to play with an orchestra, right? But I don't know if I'll physically be able to. Accepting that and knowing that there is a place for me, regardless of if I can ever achieve that level or not. Knowing that there's a place for you, I think, be what I would say, and just do it because, I mean, we never know what's gonna happen in life, and yeah.
And let's talk worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So let's say you go through the
Mhm.
process of writing all this, you had a
Yeah.
great time doing it, it was fun, you
Yeah.
recorded it, still a great time, it was fun.
Yeah.
And let's say no one else sees it,
Yeah.
no one hears it, no one appreciates it, it affects no one.
Mhm.
So that's worst case scenario,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, but I'm gonna say you then have all of this music for your kids,
Yes, and that few people have said that.
right?
One thing Chris has actually said, because that's what I would say, worst case scenario, all that, right? But he says, "Actually, I think the worst case scenario is if you never do it."
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
and
gonna
so
be a short Kenny.
yeah, so that really helped me because I agree. Yeah, and the legacy for my kids, yes. I mean, how fun, grandma did all this music, whatever, very fun. And seeing it on paper as well is really fun. Um,
The Mormons would love that. They say anything that's written down, it lasts
oh, yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got the Mormon community right
There we
there.
go. Yeah. Yeah, but it's just fun. I mean, I want to enjoy life and I want to, I think the freedom to just do what you want is really fun to explore.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have responsibilities and everything and priorities. Um, but yeah, the freedom to do that. Yeah. And that statement of uh, regretting if I didn't do it, that really resonated me with me and that's all I needed, really. Yeah. And
It's too risky to not try,
yeah.
right? You miss I mean, isn't that what sports is trying to tell us this whole time? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take?
Right.
Why are we not applying that to everything in our life?
Yeah.
I don't care if you're asking somebody on a date or
Mhm.
you're asking for a promotion at work or you're
Yeah.
like, all they can say is no.
Yeah. Yeah. So, worst case scenario, we're all on this journey of learning together. And it should be more about the journey than the end result, right? Because, yeah. So, anyway, those perspective shifts have gotten me through a lot of the anxiety because, it's still there. And you can say, okay, anxiety, you can step back now.
Go away.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have time for you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Too busy composing. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. Please check out Casey and all that he does here at the Ad Dad. TikTok Live is really fun to watch. I watched it a few times. Yeah, and all the rentals as well, which might be doing events soon, might need some of that. So go check him out. He's just a great guy. My website is launching soon, probably in May. It'll be lumirelmusic.com. and that'll be fun, and eventually I'll have sheet music on there. And then in June, I'm planning a concert, and I actually have booked the venue, and I'm doing it myself with friends, of course. And it'll be for the album release. It'll be like an album release party, and it'll be a Thursday night, June 25th is the plan, and the album will drop that night at midnight, 9 p.m. for us. So we get to celebrate the album release. My plan is to play through some of the first album and then do the whole second album. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe throw in some, like, I don't know, classical piece here or there or something.
You have like more detail. Can you drop like the
Yeah.
venue name?
Okay, so it's gonna be in the Masonic Ballroom.
Okay.
I don't have the address, but it'll be up.
Here in LeGrand.
I'm gonna have, here in LeGrand, I'm gonna have posters out, flyers. I'm actually going to go to businesses and ask for sponsorship because I have to get the piano tuned. I have to, but
Some
they
work
have-
to do.
Yep, got some work to do. But I've already gotten a few sponsors and we're getting there. So I'm really excited about that. That'll be fun. So the website, the new album, concert. Yeah, I just want to have fun and celebrate it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's the best way for people to follow you right now?
Probably Instagram. I am on TikTok. I do more like funny things maybe on there. Facebook, YouTube. Substack is where I write articles. So like I've done a few on the backstory behind different pieces. So if you want more like details, you can
Some longer form,
Yeah.
behind the scenes, written word.
Yeah, but I'm more prevalent on Instagram probably. It's just
And what's your
easiest for
Instagram
me.
handle?
Lumirel Music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check her out. Lumirel Music on Instagram. You can find her across the other platforms. If you don't know what the heck Substack is,
Yeah.
go check it out. I just downloaded it the other day. It's right here. It's this little orange app. It says Substack, and
Yeah.
it is longer form stuff, really cool stuff, especially if you like reading.
Yeah.
Get into Substack. It's really cool. Not sponsored by Substack by any means, but I'm just trying to let people know. I love that you're on Substack.
Yeah.
I love that you're doing that.
That's been really fun because each song really does have a story, and the album has a story, and the piano has a story, and all that. So it's been fun to explore that. Yeah.
Substack is so funny because it's like writers and readers on there.
Yeah.
And so like the comments are like 2 miles long
know.
because it's all writers and readers chatting to writers and readers.
I know.
It's hilarious.
It's great. Yeah. It's pretty fun. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Erin, oh my gosh, such an honor.
Thanks for having me.
Of
Really.
course. We've been trying to get this going for a while. So
Yes.
finally you have the event and everything coming up and everything's coming together. So you're like, doggone it, I got to get the podcast done.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, thank you for coming in and keep me privy to all the things. I
Yeah.
can't wait. I want to be at the show.
Yes.
How do I get tickets? Do I got to get like pre?
There will be tickets. You could sponsor, or we could work something out. Anyway, there will be tickets, and I've got to figure out all of that. I'm gonna try and get tickets maybe somewhere locally where
Okay.
people can buy them.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a great time.
Okay.
And I'm trying to have some drinks there. We can't do alcohol, so no alcohol drinks, but something fun. I don't know if it's gonna be coffee or
Some boba tea.
boba tea would be
And-
amazing. Yeah, or lemonade, something, and then I kind of want to do a themed drink.
Oh,
or
that's
something.
fun.
Yeah, so I've got like all these different ideas. Yeah.
Well, so your new album has to do with Earth, right?
Yep.
A themed drink for that.
I think chai is pretty earthy.
Some mud pies.
Mud pies. Yep.
Kids can help out with that.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Erin, thank you so much. Guys, we will see you next episode. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.